Hello everyone, my name is Nick. So if you've checked my channel, well, ever, you'd be able to tell that I don't really make these kinds of videos. But regardless of that, welcome to my first ever documentary, or whatever you want to call it. Probably won't turn out the best because this is completely new type of content for me. But I watch a lot of these kind of videos in my free time, so I would kind of like to start making them, or at least trying to. I guess though, that's really it. Um, Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoy. This is the TSG Story.
Yep. Yep. Yeah.
So, let's start out with a little bit of context then. So in case you don't know who TSG is at all, I'll explain it. The simulator guy, or commonly referred to as TSG, is a 21-year-old Roblox game developer known for games such as Ninja Tappers and Clickers Ascension, which is said to have a sequel to come out within the next year or two. But before we get out into all of that, let's recap how we got here, how we got to this success or whatever.
Are you stabbing? You stabbing? I cannot see him, but I felt it.
It all starts with Ninja Tappers, okay? So the simulator guy account, it was created on the 30th of January in 2021. It was on that day that the game Ninja Tappers was uploaded. Now you're probably wondering, or you might not be, how did TSG make a game on the exact same day that his account was created? Well, basically 3 days prior to the creation of the TSG account, his previous account, which was named the same thing, just without a underscore in the middle, was terminated for I don't know how long, but it was terminated due to the purchase of a Poison Limited, which was, I think, just a Sparkle Time Fedora or something like that. But he made a brand new account, used a backup save file on his computer, and then finished the game like a day later, and then uploaded the game. Upon release, Ninja Tappers would go on to surpass nearly 25,000 visits, which is quite crazy. If you've ever attempted to make a game before, it is quite difficult to get your game discovered. So for a brand new account to create a game and get a decent amount of success, it is an impressive feat to get, especially for a brand new account and a brand new game with like no sponsorships or ads or anything. It was also on this day that he would start to develop a brand new game. This game would go on to release under the name Clickers Ascension on the 2nd of March in the same year, but we'll get to that later in the video. Now, if you're a true OG like me, of course, you would have remembered a very specific and special and important update in the first few months of the game's lifespan. This would be responsible for a large portion of the fan base to discover the game, and this game, or update, would be known as the Legend Update. This update released on February 27th, 2021, so less than a month after the game was released. The game was actually released to the public on the 31st of 31st of January 2021, and its first update, or no, like the 5th update was this update. This update would bring the game from below 700 visits to over 6,000 in less than 24 hours. Again, if you've ever been a small creator, like me for example, you would know how much of a big deal something like that is. Now Nick, why is it that this update is such a big deal? What makes this update in specific special or important? You may be asking. Well, it added all sorts of things, including a legend pet rarity exclusive to a quest. It added a bunch of quests that players began and had to complete in order to get some special pets, which were the legend pets. And the most notable of all of these pets was the Legend Hydra. This was the pet put on like the game icon, and it was basically the poster child for this update. The Legend Hydra is probably the most notorious pet in the entire game besides the regular ninja pet, which is like the default pet in the game. The Legend Hydra pet will go on to get another variant of it. That's how important it was, which was the Mythic Magic Hydra, which was added in the Shrine update. The Shrine update was released on August 17th, 2021. But before we move on to the next big part, let's talk about all the updates that Ninja Tabbers has received that were major. There have been a lot of bug fixes, balances and stuff, but let's talk about all the major updates that had a large amount of growth attached to it. But yeah, that was a lot, and I think that wraps up Ninja Tabbers for this video. Let's move on to Clicker's Ascension now. Alright, Clicker's Ascension is the Simulator Guy's second main project that he has worked on. Clicker's Ascension is a Roblox simulator game created by the Simulator Guy, and it was released on March 2nd, 2021. Or it was created, it wasn't released that day, I don't think. But for some context, if you've never played, it is basically a game about clicking. Wow, such a significant game, right? Well, that would be the case if there weren't a lot, and I mean a lot, of twists. Honestly, with all these twists, it makes it one of the most inventive and unique clicker games that I've played on Roblox. There's like these investment things that you can buy that alter the game in a lot of ways. You can ascend, that's where the other half of the game title comes from. There are also these boxes that like randomly generate and like drop down. They just give you random enhancements as well. There are events inside the game that go on like a board that basically make the game go a lot faster. Like they'll give you like 6 times clicks, so like starting out it can get you in like the millions in like 2 events. So it makes the game speed up, and it also makes you be able to ascend faster, which ascending is where the game's when it really throws in a bunch of twists, adding in a bunch of benefits for ascending. Honestly, in my opinion though, Clicker's Ascension is probably my favorite game made by TSG. It has a lot more content in it that keeps you engaged. And unlike in Ninja Tabbers, where it's like you rebirth, but you have to rebirth in order to progress, like in Ninja Tabbers, you click, which gives you power. You sell the power for yens, and then you use yens to rebirth. Rebirthing gives you gems, and then you use gems to buy stuff. That's the game. You basically just keep going, and then once you get to a certain amount of rebirths, you can buy a new island, which just gives you a better sell spot, which just makes the game go a little faster and give you a little more for each time you do stuff. It also has a better egg, the best egg in the game that's currently available. But it's a lot more unique, and while it doesn't have as many updates or anything, it has probably a lot more content in my opinion. And it's just more fun. Ninja Tabbers is fun, well made. It's also more popular, so it has more people in it, and it's a lot more polished and professional looking. But in terms of which one is more fun to play, Clicker's Ascension takes that. Clicker's Ascension is very underrated in my opinion, and I highly recommend playing it if you get a chance. I'll put it in the link. I'll put the link in the description. But it's kind of crazy looking at the data and research that I've collected. Ninja Tabbers has over 126 game versions or updates. The game file has been changed in some way over 126 times in the past 2 years. For comparison, Clicker's Ascension has had 3. Yeah, that's right, 3. Only 3 updates. These were on August 18th, 2021, March 11th, 2022, and April 23rd, 2022. The last time the game was touched at all, meaning the last time the description, game file was opened, or anything, was over 2 months ago. Meaning that the last time that an update was even worked on was 2 months ago. Not released, but worked on, in the works, was 2 months ago. So you can definitely tell that's not really TSG's priority. He, I think, is working on a new game, but that game is not what we're going to talk about. Instead, we're going to talk about Clicker's Ascension X. Yes, TSG has confirmed that a sequel to Clicker's Ascension is in the works. Hopefully, this is set to release in the next year, upcoming year, like the next year or 2. It's supposed to be an extreme and complete rework of the entire first game. But because Clicker's Ascension and like everything about it, like there's not much to talk about Clicker's Ascension X. He's not talked about it like at all on any social media. I had to ask him myself if he was still working on it, because the last time he even talked about working on it was almost 2 whole years ago. Well, actually almost a year and a half ago, not 2 years ago. It was like February of 2022. But because there's not much else to talk about, let's end the Clicker's Ascension part. Now that we have talked about both Ninja Tabbers and Clicker's Ascension, let's talk about a couple, not a couple, but like all of his smaller projects that he's worked on. Just like with Ninja Tabbers and Clicker's Ascension, I'll leave a link to each of these games mentioned in the description, so you can check them out if you want. I probably will put a gameplay on it to like give you an idea of what it is.
I do anything in my power.
So here's a complete list of every single game that TSG has made, excluding Ninja Tabbers and Clicker's Ascension. Now, when I start talking about some of these, you'll realize that a lot of these are discontinued. most of them that were discontinued on the exact same day or around the same time. So I've gone ahead and added the release date for each game, and also put the date of discontinuation. So the day that it was officially discontinued, I put the day that it was and how many updates and stuff were added to it. And if it is not officially discontinued, I put the last time it was updated. So the first one is Tabber Invasion, which was created on March 11th, 2021, and it was discontinued after 4 updates on the 2nd of July, 2022. Fishing Simulator, created on March 29th, 2021, discontinued after 1 single update on July 2nd, 2022. Pet Simulator Realms, created on April 3rd, 2021, last updated on February 12th, 2023. Digging Simulator, created on April 11th, 2021, last updated on August 23rd, 2022. Clicking Champions, created on April 11th, 2021, just like Digging Simulator. It was discontinued after 5 updates on the 2nd of July, 2022, right after the Ninja Tapper crossover event, I believe. Brawling Simulator, created on the 8th of August 2021, it was discontinued after 2 updates on July 2nd, 2022. Dinosaur Zoo Tycoon, created on July 31st, 2021, discontinued after 18 updates on July 2nd, 2022. Tapping Adventures, created on April 2nd, 2022, last updated on February 3rd, 2023. Food Tapper Simulator, created on April 2nd, 2022, discontinued after 3 updates on August 10th, 2022. And finally, Tapping Stars, created on September 7th, 2022, last updated on March 9th, 2023. Yeah, that's a lot. Yeah, he has quite a bit of games, and not to mention, he has over 400 unreleased games. He was really on a grind set in 2021, if you can't tell. Anyways, that's basically everything I wanted to cover in this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I'm hoping and still am planning to make more videos like this. So let me know what topics I should cover on the next one. But with that being said, I hope you enjoyed, and thank you for watching.